Yeah, the purpose of our meeting today is just because I would say every day I have many phone calls, people call me trying to figure out what's happening on the market. So I say maybe it's better we have a session where we can have Q&As, make that easier for everyone to understand what's happening. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Recent volatility. So 5 key components to prepare for the future. Canada is bilingual, right? Yeah. But feel comfortable, to speak whatever you want to speak, so we're fine. La volatilité, c'est déjà des fluctuations. Donc, quand on parle pas le terme volatilité, on va dire fluctuation. So I'm saying volatility means fluctuations, like when market move either sharply up or down, a lot of uncertainty on the markets, that will bring volatility. So this is what we're trying to explain. Donc, la volatilité, c'est un peu les grosses fluctuations qu'on va voir sur les marchés. Et puis, on va comprendre qu'est-ce qui rend les marchés volatiles. Donc, j'ai un titre que j'ai marqué ici, économie mondiale, les fonds du gouvernement, la peur de l'incertitude, les sommets excessifs, et on a aussi les investisseurs amateurs. So, I'm saying that what is causing the volatility on the market right now, the 5 components I have here on my screen. So I have them written in French, but the first one, économie mondiale, just means the global economy, which is still recovering from the pandemic. And government, so fonds du gouvernement, this is government stimulus monies. So all the money the government will bring to the economy so that we don't collapse. Peur de l'incertitude, so this is a fear of uncertainty on the market. And sommet excessif des marchés, this is like over excitement of highs on the market. Like every day you hear companies skyrocketing, going higher than they should, or than we should expect. Investisseurs amateurs, so this is a surge in amateur investors, like Robinhood. So we have many people who are coming to the market for the first time. So all those 5 components are actually like a reason I'm thinking we'll be experiencing the type of volatility we have on the market right now. So we're going to break them down. Do you have any question on those so far? Do you understand them straightforward? Vous avez des questions ou bien vous comprenez? Any question?
So far, so good.
C'est bon?
Oui, c'est bon.
Vous avez l'air très confiant. Okay, so if you don't have any question, then tell me. Tell me what is your understanding of the first one, économie mondiale, or maybe the global economy. What do you understand by that? So I'm expecting you guys to be thirsty of knowledge, to be eager to learn. But if you tell me it's okay, means that you are very comfortable, you understand. What does that mean? I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but can anyone be brave enough to tell me what they understand by économie mondiale, global economy?
L'économie mondiale, c'est comment vont le niveau économique de chaque pays. Est-ce qu'il y a des pertes ou bien des entrées, surtout au niveau des monnaies? On voit que les monnaies sont à la baisse. Mm-hmm. Donc, ça reflète peut-être que ça ne va pas bien dans l'économie mondiale. Peut-être à cause de la pandémie. Donc, ça fait qu'il y a moins d'argent qui rentre. Les sociétés ne font pas trop d'argent. Mm-hmm. Et que ça agit sur l'économie mondiale.
Okay, we want to give a try. What do you understand by economy as the cause of volatility on the market? Before I share with you my perspective. Yeah, global economy. So there's no secret that the tech sector has been leading the recent market surge, right? So with the COVID-19, so millions of people have lost their job. And we see many stores, many restaurants close the door, sending people home. And those closures have created a lot of uncertainty on the markets that forced some investors to start looking for new opportunities. And we see many companies also or many people start looking into tech sectors because those were the sector. I mean, that was the sector booming. So people trying to find an alternative of continue doing what they love, what they used to do.
Oui, oui, je dis bonsoir à tout le monde. Oui,
oui, salut. Bienvenue à Easy Finance.
Merci.
Donc, on parle les deux langues, on parle anglais, on parle français. Donc, donc il y a... Is anyone here who doesn't speak French? Rochelle, do you speak French?
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not.
But it's okay. You know what? If it's easier just to do the presentation in French, that's okay. I can catch up with you another time. It's not a problem. Like if I don't want to be a bother to you. So
no one is a bother to us, right? we're providing our training actually in both languages, so we've been expecting both languages.
Okay.
Yes. La raison pour laquelle nous avons invité les gens, c'est parce qu'il y a beaucoup d'incertitudes sur les marchés en ce moment. Et puis, chaque jour, mon téléphone sonne, les gens posent la question, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Donc, on s'est dit, c'est mieux d'organiser une session où on peut mieux partager notre avis, notre point de vue sur ce qui se passe. Et puis, c'est quoi on vous a fait venir. Donc, la volatilité que nous voyons sur les marchés maintenant est créée par des facteurs comme ceux que nous avons sur l'écran. Donc, l'économie mondiale, les fonds du gouvernement, la peur de l'incertitude, les sommets excessifs sur les marchés, les investisseurs amateurs. Donc, tout à l'heure, je demandais, est-ce que ça vous dit quelque chose, ces titres? Est-ce que vous comprenez quelque chose à propos de ça? Et si vous ne comprenez pas quelque chose, je peux vous en dire, mais est-ce que, avant de développer, est-ce que ça se comprend comme cause de la volatilité sur les marchés, à ton avis?
Oui. Disons, oui, c'est vrai que je viens c'est maintenant que je suis en train de lire l'économie mondiale, le fonds de gouvernement, la peur de l'incertitude, le sommet excessif, investisseurs amateurs. Oui, je crois que ça peut dire quelque chose. Ça me dit quelque chose, oui.
Okay, tell me, what do you understand by économie mondiale?
Yes, economy mondial, I will get it as, the way how the world economy is moving.
Mm-hmm.
So how the economy is shifting from day to day or from weeks to weeks. So what are the causes that are kind of controlling the economy worldwide?
That sounds good.
Yes.
So pretty much we're looking for, the relationship here between the volatility and, the volatility in the market and the current global economy. So it's mostly, I was just explaining that it's mostly because with the pandemic, we saw many people losing their job. So many stores closed and people don't know what to do anymore. They've been looking for like a plan B. What is the alternative? Some people, maybe they have some savings. They even have some funds, some investment on the market. At some point, they were thinking, I might be better catching out. So that actually increased the volatility on the markets, right? The fact that the pandemic is still around with no real solution, right? That is bringing more uncertainty into the market. So we see some traditional retailer continue to struggle to return to the norm. I remember a few days ago, I went to Walmart. Inside that Walmart, usually we have many of the Walmart, they have McDonald's inside, right? So you pass by, there's no one in the fast food. Can you imagine? It's kind of really, really unusual.
It's kind of crazy, yes.
Yes, this is kind of unusual. So a lot of money actually is being lost. Pretty much, so the global economy, and we have also people actually shift the focus to tech sector, like you see Tesla, Microsoft, all those big companies, they're making, they actually get, too many people are getting interested in those companies. Why? Because they're thinking no matter what, you're still going to need a computer to do your job.
Yeah.
Who's going to provide that computer? Might be Apple, right? Might be Microsoft. Tesla,
Yeah.
This is making too much noise. I remember when we started our classes, Tesla was trading around $200. I remember when we had our first student in the class, that was just I mean, that's a few months ago, right?
Yeah.
It was still trading way below $500.
Exactly.
Today, we went over 2,500. The second point here will be fund du gouvernement, which is a government money, government stimulus. So whenever the economy is suffering, so the government will do something. They will not just stay aside. You know, they will try to step in, making sure they can bring more resources to prevent people from going to depression, from losing a job, you know. Because at the end of the day, if the government stay idle, who's going to pay? That will still be the government, right? So they need to come and provide stimulus to the economy so that people don't lose their job, so that people can continue going to shopping, go for groceries, continue to help all those businesses. And at the end of the day, those businesses, they have to pay taxes, because if today we are in trouble and I cannot go to Walmart, I cannot go to Costco to shop, so those companies will be suffering because they don't have enough revenue and they will pay less taxes, right? They'll pay less taxes to the government. And me, at the end of the day, I'm also going to go back to the government to say, please give me unemployment income. So this is kind of the way it works. That's why at some point the government need to, you know, step in, provide more stimulus to the economy. And at this point, I don't think they're worrying anymore about, you know, how big the debt can be. You just say, you know what, we're going to do whatever it takes to survive, right? It's unfortunate that in Africa, we don't see that happening. You know, I was really amazed by the fact that I see, you know, those big economy, Canada, US, Japan, European countries doing whatever it takes to protect the economy from collapsing. But, you know, it is unfortunate that it doesn't happen also in our, you know, it doesn't happen back home.
Yes, maybe just because we don't control anything, you know, it's maybe because of that. Anyway, that's another business to talk about.
I'm thinking maybe, sometimes even thinking maybe at the end of the day, I don't even know if they realize, you know, what might be, what is actually at stakes, you know, for them not acting, not doing their job.
Yeah.
We've also seen many businesses in the travel sector. You know, like people are not flying anymore, people are not traveling, people are traveling less. So the government are trying to do whatever it takes to protect all those companies like Boeing, those cruise company. You know, they're really suffering they are under the water, and the government will do whatever it takes maybe to save them.
Yeah. You know, I think at this point, before you can put money into something, you might know where that money is going to. And I think the problem that we have in Africa is how many businesses are really structured in such a way that you might know how helpful your money can be when, when pushing that money inside, when doing the bailout. I think the problem is that, and even if you have to do it, how many people will you help doing it? How many people are into businesses like that? I think that's the problem in Africa most of the time. You know.
I see.
Yeah.
I don't want our friend who speaks only French to feel left, you know, aside.
Okay.
Any comments, Florence? Does that make sense to you? What we're sharing, what we're saying?
When it comes to the global economy, my understanding is the impact of the coronavirus was so deep dive that it has affected the market, not only the market, but it has affected the population.
Very true.
We're pointing out the fact that when you went to Walmart, no one was there at the McDonald's. That's true. People tend to be reluctant to spend on their monies because they don't know what the future would become. What kind of outcome are they expecting from that global economy surge of the pandemic. They don't know where they are going. That's why people are keeping their money from themselves. I heard people even investing in the market, they're afraid that it collapses. I met someone who told me I withdrawn all my money from the market because I was afraid.
That makes sense. That really makes sense. And that is why, this is really relevant to what we're talking about. That is why, more of the uncertainty we see on the market is just what you are just describing. Some people are just scared. They just take, just draw. They just, remove maybe the investment and say, let's put it under the pillow and wait until, I have more clarity on the future.
Je suis totalement confortable avec ce que vous dites là et je suis totalement ce qui se dit en ce moment là.
Ok. Patrice, tu nous écoutes toujours?
Oui, je suis aussi d'accord. Et puis, il faut dire que les habitudes ont changé. Les gens, comme tu l'as dit aussi, les gens ne voyagent plus.
Oui.
Actuellement, les gens vont plus les gens ont appris à se coiffer eux-mêmes, donc personne ne va plus au coiffeur. Les gens ont appris à cuisiner, on ne va plus trop au restaurant. Donc, ça fait que, comme tu as dit, l'argent ne rentre plus dans la société. Et puis, pour payer les impôts, ça fait que le gouvernement aussi, les États ont des revenus faibles à cause des impôts qui ne rentrent pas. Donc,
those are valuable points, Patrice. Because some people are not going to, people are learning how to do their hair themselves. They are not going to a restaurant anymore. They are traveling less. So how is that going to impact your investment? If you were someone investing into the transportation or into some retail, you have to reconsider maybe how to do your investment, right? If you are used to fly, if people are not going on vacation, if you want to buy, let's say you want to buy Boeing share, for instance, right? If you want to buy McDonald's share, you have to reconsider, right? So this is, you want to buy Johnson & Johnson, or some people are learning now how to cook themselves. That's why one of the reasons we saw a company like Whirlpool that sells appliances. So Whirlpool that sells appliances, we see the surge in the demand there. We heard about Peloton. Peloton is actually the alternative of going to the gym because you cannot go to the gym anymore because we are all confined. People learn now how to do it themselves. You buy a treadmill, you buy those sports bike, all those type of devices. We see share of those type of company skyrocketing. So anyhow, those are impacting on your investment. Those can have a big impact on your investment. So the other point here, the third one is in French, I say la peur de l'incertitude. Donc, la peur de l'incertitude. Ici, on a vu, this is a fear of uncertainty. La première partie, c'est la crainte que la pandémie du corona, le fait que c'est à l'origine, donc c'est dû à l'origine à l'impact potentiel que l'épidémie a sur le marché. Donc certains investisseurs ont dit, à cause de la pandémie, c'est mieux qu'ils enlèvent d'abord des avoirs. Donc on ne sait pas quand ça va finir. Donc directement, ça a un effet considérable dans vos investissements, dans vos portefeuilles. Les gens enlèvent leur argent parce qu'on dit, on ne sait pas. Et les gens ont peur. Les investisseurs n'ont pas réussi à intégrer le marché. Certains pensent que les choses s'améliorent. Après, on apprend demain qu'il y a encore des cas de contamination. Et puis, c'est comme ça que certaines personnes disent non, mieux, je n'investis pas pour l'instant. Donc, so what I was saying here and ici, on dit en français, on dit en anglais FOMO. So, FOMO is fear of missing out. Donc, certaines personnes pensent qu'elles ont raté l'opportunité. Donc, for fear of uncertainty, so this is a two-part issue. The first part is fear that the COVID actually we don't know exactly how long that's going to be around. So some people may say, you know what, maybe it's better for me not to invest now. Some people are scared. Many investors will think, you know what, I better wait before I re-enter the market. So we've seen people some businesses trying to reopen, and then there was some recontamination after they tried to reopen. So that just increased the fear, and this is also increasing the volatility on the market. So some countries have started easing the restriction, like in the States. I read in the news, I think it was last week. I don't remember exactly which university. They opened, And then at maybe just less than 3 days, they say, you know what, we have to send people home. I mean, we have to send people home just because, you know, people continue getting contaminated. Any comment on this? Any remark? Any question on the fear of uncertainty?
No, we got.
Okay. Yeah, so we should expect more volatility as time goes by. So if you don't have clarity on, you know, when we're gonna have the end of the tunnel, we should be expecting more volatility because of the outbreak, because of the pandemic.
Yes, but you know what, Leo? I mean, here my my concern. I don't even know if I'm gonna call it concern, but what I don't understand is you don't have any sign showing how the market will be till it starts doing what it's doing. You understand? I mean, you don't have anything that can help you knowing that maybe tomorrow. I mean, sometimes we might have like some news coming, being like kind of guidelines, so that you know maybe tomorrow the market can be down or can be up. But most of the time, you're not aware of anything till the morning time, or maybe even during the market is on, you just realize that things are collapsing. You understand? Or maybe you just realize that maybe stocks are are really growing. You don't know what is the news affecting the market. And at that point of time, when you go to search about news, what you get is the comment. When I say comment, is because they try to explain why the market is doing like that. They don't take time to provide you with some tools. Yes, that can help you prevent things, saying that, okay, maybe tomorrow, due to this, due to that, we can be facing this or that. You understand?
Yes.
So is there any way we can go through that? Is there any way we can know where to get it?
So I think I will get there. That's a very good question. I wanted to present you the 5 reasons that actually justify the uncertainty. And then in the end, I'm going to tell you what I have as a solution, or how I see, you know, everything putting together.
Okay.
So, yeah, please be patient. Let's go through the 5. Yeah, let's go through the 5 reasons. We need to understand, first of all, where we stand, you know, before we're trying to see if we have a, you know, a plan B, or if we have an alternative to all of this.
Okay.
Make sense?
Of course.
Okay, so the 4th one, sommet excessif. Donc, on a vu, par exemple, l'excitation excessive des sommets. On a vu des compagnies qui ont atteint des sommets. Tesla. On a vu, par exemple, Apple atteindre les sommets qu'ils n'avaient jamais atteints. On a vu plein de compagnies qui ont fait new high dans les sommets du marché.
Ouais,
Zoom, voilà. Zoom.
Nvidia,
toutes ces compagnies-là.
Yeah.
Donc, l'excitation de la reprise des marchés, ça conduit de nombreux investisseurs des détails. Nous sommes les investisseurs des détails. Il y a les investisseurs institutionnels, donc qui investissent l'argent des masses. Et puis, il y a nous, Wall Street, Main Street. Nous sommes Main Street. Donc on a vu ces investisseurs des détails continuer à investir malgré le fait que certaines compagnies étaient déjà très chères. Parce que nous, généralement, les investisseurs des détails, nous ne connaissons pas. Nous ne savons pas quand on nous dit que c'est cher. Tu dis cher par rapport à quoi? Mais on veut se m'acheter. On veut se m'acheter, on ne sait pas qu'il y a une fin. Donc, alors que de nombreux gestionnaires de fonds, quand ils voient que c'est très haut, ils se positionnent pour pouvoir profiter de la baisse, quoi. Donc, so what I was saying here is that so we see excitement on the market recovery has led many retail investors. So we are retail investor. We are considered retail investor. We are considered Main Street. So it's always a fight between Main Street and Wall Street. So Wall Street will be the big guys. So we see many shares reaching new high for the first time. And because we have new investor, new amateur, you know, who are coming to the market for the first time, they don't have a sense of they don't clearly understand the market. They just keep buying. Now, Wall Street or those big companies, the hedge fund, those institutional investors. So when they see those opportunities for those shares skyrocketing, sometimes they just position themselves to make money on the downside. They're thinking, what, this share is really, really hot. At some point, that has to go down. Some people are going to start implementing strategies like short sells because look at Zoom. Zoom went up 40% after the earnings. So as an experienced trader, what do? You at some point say, what, this thing going to go down. This thing has to go down, right? And also the trade they place in the type of trade they placing can force the market to go down, and they can make money on the market. But if you don't have like experience, if you're not an experienced trader, you may not even know that such a strategy exists. So this is also the fact that we have all those new high, also overexcitement on the new high. So for the new investor, for retail investor, that was for them many buying opportunities. So people were buying share without even knowing there's a limit. They just know a stock can go high only to any level. But at some point, we have to look at history. What's the technical analysis telling us? What is the chart telling us? This is the first time this company is reaching the level. That at some point that has to reverse. There's what we call mean reversion. At some point, anything that goes high that goes high at some point has to reverse. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Donc, j'expliquais ici que le fait qu'on a beaucoup d'investisseurs qui n'ont pas assez d'expérience sur le marché, il y a plusieurs personnes qui voient, par exemple, les compagnies qui montent et puis se lancent dans la course. Ça monte, on achète seulement, on croit que ça va monter tous les jours. Même si le marché monte, ça prend du temps. Ça prend du temps pour monter. Ça ne monte pas à l'infini d'un coup. Donc, comme par exemple, on voit les actions de Tesla, c'est arrivé à des sommets qu'on n'a jamais vus. Mais celui qui ne sait pas croire que ça va continuer à aller. Et le marché est tellement dynamique, il y a tellement de produits qu'à un moment donné, il y a des stratégies que les traders expérimentés vont utiliser pour faire que le marché descende, pour se faire de l'argent. Donc, même si les marchés montent, ça prend du temps. Ce n'est pas en un jour. Donc, ça aussi, ça augmente. Le fait que les compagnies atteignaient des nouveaux sommets, ça a plutôt augmenté la volatilité sur le marché. Parce que d'un coup, on a des gens qui font monter le marché. De l'autre côté, on a des gens qui veulent faire que ça descende. Donc, ça augmente la volatilité. Et puis, so the last point, my point number 5, here I have les investisseurs amateurs. Donc, ils montaient en flèche des investisseurs amateurs. Les gens qui entrent sur le marché pour la première fois, c'est des gens qui beaucoup ont perdu leur boulot. Parfois, certains ont reçu des packages parce qu'à cause du Covid, on les a renvoyés. Ils sont retrouvés à la maison, ils n'ont pas grand-chose à faire. Ils sont devant l'ordinateur, ils commencent à acheter sans même savoir, sans même éducation, parce qu'ils ont regardé des YouTube. Et puis, on a des brokers comme Robinhood, comme M1 Finance, donc des brokers comme ça aux États-Unis, qui vous disent que vous n'avez pas besoin d'acheter, de payer des commissions pour acheter. Donc, on vous donne la plateforme, le peu d'argent que le gouvernement t'a donné, tu es devant l'ordinateur, tu sais qu'il faut appuyer ici, tu achètes, tu appuies ici, tu vends. Donc, ça a aussi augmenté la volatilité sur le marché. Donc, la montée en flèche de ces investisseurs. Et il y a la possibilité d'acheter des fractions d'actions. Donc, les fractions d'actions, des choses qu'on n'avait jamais vues. Donc, on a des gens sur le marché qui viennent pour la première fois, qui ne comprennent même pas, ils regardent des vidéos et puis ils se lancent. Donc ça augmente aussi la volatilité. Et puis, il y a aussi le fait que, il y a certains professionnels qui ont vu, voilà, comme on a beaucoup de nouveaux qui sont entrés sur le marché, ils ne savent pas ce qui se passe. Certains de ces professionnels vont me dire, bon, divisons nos actions. Comme ça, tous ces nouveaux-là qui n'ont pas la possibilité d'entrer, on va prendre leur argent. Donc, si l'action de Tesla à $1,200, $1,500, on sait qu'il y a beaucoup de petits investisseurs qui ne peuvent pas. Donc, les professionnels vont dire, divisons même les actions, on met ça abordable. Comme ça, ils vont entrer tous dans la vente. Quand ils vont entrer dans la danse, ok, peut-être, faisons l'effet inverse. On vend, on profite quand le marché descend. Donc, voilà à peu près notre façon de voir les choses, quoi. So I was saying a surge of amateur investors. you know, with the new COVID, so we have COVID-19, we have many brokers that came out with a trading platform like Robinhood, like M1 Finance. Those are US broker. Today with those brokers, you don't even need to pay a commission to trade. Rochelle, if you remember, we used to work together. Commission, I remember I placed trade for client who used to pay like over 1,000 on the trade, just commission.
Yes.
Yes, today you have Robinhood say you don't have to pay any commission to trade. Just open the account, trade. And that is why we have many, you know, newbies who come to the market with no knowledge. After watching just maybe many videos on YouTube, you know, they are there. They can even buy fractional shares, you know. They are exposed to fractional shares. Now, because those guys have no experience, they start buying. They don't know up to what point the share can go. And the experienced guy, so they even say, okay, how do we attract most of those newbies? Okay, let's even do stock splits. We split companies like Apple, like Tesla, you know, maybe we have more names to come. All those new IPOs coming to the market, you know, we giving exposure to the newbies. And then once they are in the market, let's go and split the share, you know, or let's do short sell, you know. This is also something that is increased the volatility of the market. This is my thought. This is my perspective. I may be wrong, but I don't know what you think about it. So, the 5 points, l'économie mondiale, les fonds du gouvernement, la peur de l'incertitude, les sommets excessifs des marchés, les investisseurs amateurs. So, I'm just saying the 5 big components I've identified here as cause of volatility of the market would be the global economy, the government stimulus money, fear of uncertainty, overexcitement of new highs, and also a surge of amateur investor. So maybe to come to your question, so what can we do, you know? What can we do to make sure we don't lose our money? Do we stop investing? I don't think there is a wise thing to do. We need to stay invested, but we need to maybe consider investing maybe for the long term. You know, if we have money, we keep that money on the mattress, that would not be the wise strategy, because just inflation can actually, you know, you can
suck it out.
Yes, exactly. So you want to stay invested, but just need to have like a long-term strategy. You want maybe to be diversified. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. We have some company in the aerospace, like those cruise company, like those aerospace company, like Boeing, United Airlines, Air Canada, all those companies. The only question I'll ask myself, can we survive in Canada without a plane? Can we stop flying in the States? If the answer is no, I would say, you know what, those are going to come back. They are just going through some tough time. They're going to come back. So if you want to invest, I'm not saying you should buy those companies, but I'm saying that, you know what, at some point, they'll go back over the water. But if someone is on the market looking for fast money, that might be tough, right? But if what someone will be doing, what I'm thinking, you should have your shopping list. You know, see what company I might be considering wanting to go back normal, or who can make money now. You know, if we don't reopen, all those businesses don't reopen, what would be the alternative? People are not going to work. They are not going physically to work now, but they're still performing their job, right, remotely. What do we use? What do we use? What type of tools? What type of platform? I've seen people learning to cook for the first time, just because there's no fast food anymore. So what type of tool do they purchase? Where do they purchase those from? People order stuff now, just stay home order. So who help you for delivery, right? What type of tool do you use for your work, your everyday work? Do you need phone? Do you need computer? What are those people selling those computers? What are those companies selling those, right? So if you want to invest, I'm thinking, you know, you still have to be on the market, but you need to have you need to be diversified. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And if you're already on the market now, maybe what you need to do is actually to reevaluate your portfolio, and also leverage tools like stop losses. You know, if you're in the market, maybe you have to make sure you manage your risk. You need to know at one point you have to exit. Are you there? Have you reached your goal? Maybe use those traders. Put some stop losses or trading stop on your trades. Or if you reach your goal, if you're not losing money, maybe take a step back and wait. You see what's the future, what the future holds. I don't know if I'm answering your question here, Kom.
Yes. I can still be on the way. Yes, be on the way. Yes, but I still, here the strategy that you are suggesting is to go through, to be kind of, how will I put it, to be careful when investing in that situation, right? But what I was trying to point out is, if you are already in the markets,
Mm-hmm.
yes, at that point, let me just give you an example. Maybe the example will be a little bit better to understand what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you get up in the morning and you want to buy a share of a company.
Mm-hmm.
At the point where the share is, you don't really know whether to get in. You don't have any tools to know. Maybe if you look at the chart, as you just said, you realize that, okay, it hasn't get to the maximum yet compared to where that it hasn't yet get to the all-time high that the share had before. You say, okay, maybe I'm bullish. I'm going to get into this, and then once you get in, it start dropping again. Maybe because of the market crash, not because it has got to that maximum, but it start crashing the day before. Because just to give you my example, when I get up in the morning before the market starts, between 7 to 9 o'clock, I go through CNBC. I try to read all the news. I try to go to other sources to see whether I can get something who might be directing the market. Most of the time, you don't have anything,
Mm-hmm.
And once you get into the market, it starts dropping like that. Why you don't have anything? So is there any way?
So you mean the market's moving on no news? Is that?
Yes, exactly.
First of all, I'm going to emphasize here that the conversation we're having here, this is just my perspective. So we are not giving any financial advice or investment.
I know.
We're just having a conversation, okay?
Yes, of
not,
course.
Enticing anyone to purchase any sector or any investment. That is the first thing I want to clarify. Whatever we're having here is just for information purposes. Okay, because we are not licensed here to give you advice and we don't know you enough. So first of all, what I would say is that if you are not in the market right now, I think it's better to wait, because with the volatility that started last week, not only last week, I'm thinking the market may still be extremely volatile for the upcoming week, and we also have the election coming in November. So from now to November, I don't know, I'm thinking we may still have a lot of volatility on the market. So if you're not in the market already, maybe you better wait on the sideline and see with your shopping list. If you know how to research companies, you start thinking, okay, I'm interested in this company. Maybe if I see that going back to this level, if that go down to that level, I can buy. And then you can maybe there is a strategy called calendar investing. For instance, if you want to purchase 10 shares, you can start buying 2. Right, and then if you buy 2 first, you don't buy all those 10 shares at once. So you can wait. You buy 2 shares maybe and see how the market is behaving. If the market keep going down, maybe you buy 3 more, and so on. So you can do calendar investing, because at the end of the day, you don't want to miss the opportunity, right? That the market actually goes all that high and come back down and go back up again, and you miss the trade. So if you're not in the market, it's better to watch, but you better to, first of all, do your own homework. So you are alert, you know exactly what you're looking for. And from now to November, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen on the market. We may still go down. I think some professional investors are, from what I was listening to last week, they're thinking the market is not low enough for them to come back. We still, even though we have those 2 days of sharp down market, we are still extremely high on many companies. So before many people can come back, we see a reversal on Friday, but that doesn't mean that it's over. So we can usually, from my experience, I've seen that happening. Sometimes take 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks. You know, once that starts, it doesn't mean they're going to go down straight 2 weeks. Sometimes that go back up 1 day or 2 days. The next day you see maybe another drop. Sometimes 3 digits on the Dow. So you have to be cautious, know exactly what you're looking for. But if you're already on the market, are you making money? If you are making money, get some protection. Get some protection. If you don't have, how can you protect yourself? You can use stop losses, right? You can reduce, if you are making money, maybe on some of the investment, reduce some of the exposure. Because you may also want to have cash. Because let's say you have some investment, you are making money, you also want to keep some cash in the account, just in case that thing goes really, really down, that might be a buying opportunity for you. So this is the way I approach the market.
Mm-hmm.
But now, why the market will sometimes move on no news? Yes, during volatility that happens. Sometimes, like I see the market going up last few weeks on no reason. Tesla share was going up on no reason. So the same way that can go down on no reason, you know, you check any news, there's no news there, but the market is just, you know, going up or down. So we should be expecting, you know, those type of behavior on the market once again.
Sometimes there's kind of a mix of bearish, you know, those people who usually I call them experts. I don't know even how expert they are. Some are very bullish and others are really bearish.
Mm-hmm.
So they might be commenting the same company or commenting the same market, but in the total opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know where to go. So you as a retail investor, you are there, you don't know whether you might follow who is bearish. Like there's someone on Tesla who, it's been months and months that the guy is really bearish. According to him, Tesla should not be where it is now. And it's every day, every single day that he's saying that. Meanwhile, others are seeing Tesla as something that can still grow. You understand? So when you face that kind of comment, you don't really know where to go. These are some of the things that might also be kind of disturbing when you're trying to know about the market.
Yeah, there's a very good point. But you also need to be careful on what the source you're listening to, right? And who you are listening to. So some people are going to just be there. Like also the media is something not helping. People are just going to come on the show, just, you know, give their perspective. That has nothing really to do with what's happening on the company. You have someone on one side say, oh, Tesla going to go down. But we've been seeing the contrary on the market for many years. So do I need to listen to that guy? I think I need to do more research on my own. I need to see, maybe go and check the track record of that, if that guy is from a firm, how usually they write, you know? Because some company also can tell you, when I look at Thinkorswim, for instance, if you log into Thinkorswim, to the Thinkorswim platform, or you go to Yahoo Finance, when you look at those companies that actually provide a rating, they will tell you, they give you a percentage, say maybe 3 out of 5 times, or maybe 20% of the time they're wrong or they're right, you know. But to me, I will not base my decision just on comments on someone on the market. I'll do more research. I'll learn, maybe, do I understand that business? If I don't understand the business, I will not invest in.
Yeah. How
do you understand the business? Very basic. If I ask you, you want to buy McDonald's, why? How does McDonald's make money? You know, they sell hot dog. They sell, you know, people buy on the go. People go and eat there. Some business don't need to be crazy, right? To understand some business model is very easy. why people go to the dollar store? Right? Why people go to this place? Why people go to that place? And then who manage those companies? Can you look up those guys? Can you look up to be the CEO and see this guy was working for, maybe he led this company from this year to that year. Was that company successful? Is this company, do I understand what type of business the company is in? I can look at the chart also and see what is the track record. In the past, was this company able to make money? So you don't even need to go really tech. You don't also need to focus on what is making the most noise. I think there are some tools.
Hello?
Oui? Your question.
Yes, of course. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah.
No problem. J'ai vu Alexandre qui s'est joint. Alex, tu nous écoutes? Oui. Mais vous êtes en retard, monsieur. C'est l'heure africaine?
Oh, non, désolé. En fait, j'étais à une fête avec les parents, les amis là.
Ok.
Et j'ai vu le message de Patrick. Je me suis rendu compte, oh, j'avais une rencontre aujourd'hui. J'ai pris l'ordinateur. Je suis même pas à la maison. Heureusement, même j'ai l'ordinateur dans ma voiture là.
Ok.
Ouais, vraiment, sinon je pourrais pas. J'allais me connecter par téléphone.
Ok. Bonsoir Philomène. You aussi Philomène connecté.